It's the Drizzy Morgan Show.
What happens when one of the biggest artists in the world drops 3 albums at once after the most damaging battle of his career? Tonight we break down Drake's ambitious triple release, Iceman, Maid of Honor, and Habibti.
Habibti.
Is this a legendary comeback or proof that Kendrick Lamar battle left deeper scars than anyone expected? We're reviewing the music, decoding the hidden messages and disses, discussing the controversy around Spotify streaming numbers, and reacting to what some of the fans are saying online. Did Drake remind the world why he's one of the greatest hit makers of his generation, or does this project reveal an artist who still hasn't fully recovered? He goes by the name of Drizzy Sackafet Freckles.
And he goes by the name of Morgan Cornelius, heavy on the Cornelius Heights.
And this is episode 128 of the Drizzy Morgan Show.
Yes. Hey. What did I miss? Let's get this crack. I like it. Oh, first of all, happy birthday in advance, my G. Just to put that out there. You know what I'm saying?
And you,
I'm a little bit later than you, so yeah. You also be, if you give it to me, it'd be like advance. But I just want to
right. Yeah, because I know we're both made on, so yeah.
May the force be with us. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to big up a good friend of the show, Asia. She just made her theatrical on stage debut at a play. Ooh. So I'm hoping to get her on sooner rather than later so she can speak upon that. But I want to big her up and the rest of the team, man. So yeah, that's all from me, bro. I hope everyone's good. I hope everyone's blessed. I hope everyone's healthy. I hope everyone's balls is washed. No cheese on the sticks, gentlemen. No cheese on the sticks. This ain't Ritz biscuits. All right, and ladies, hey.
Yeah.
You know the equivalent. We don't even have to go down that route. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's explore more of the garden and leave those roses alone, man. That's all from me.
Big up, Drizzy. Big yourself up, brother.
Thank you, sir.
Good to see you again.
Yes,
big up, Joe Montana.
Each and every time. Where is he?
I don't know, man. You know him.
Yeah, exactly.
You know him.
Exactly.
You know. We drew a conversation, actually. I've got to catch up with him because...
Bro, this Donnie sent me a WhatsApp message with just bare owls. I was like, I didn't even have to go, what's up? I just knew what time it was. I was like, oh, here we go.
Here we go. That was a quick message. That was
yeah. No context, just owls, bro.
Just owls.
Yeah.
Say nothing.
Say nothing. No, we will be tonight.
We got Keisha. Blessings
each and every time. Yeah,
sports love lady. To Keish.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget we are on all DSPs. That's Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music. So check that out if you want to listen to the show audio-wise. And do us a favor, if you're watching on YouTube, click the like button and subscribe. A lot of people who watch our content love the content, comment all the time, but don't subscribe. I naturally do that sometimes as well on YouTube. I understand. I get that, but subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And note also, if you're watching on your mobiles, you can hit the hype button now. So there's a hype button. Scroll to the left of your comments, click the hype button, and that helps the show broaden out and get to more people. And yeah, man, we appreciate our day ones and we appreciate the newcomers. Let's kick off the show, people.
It's the Drizzy Morgan Show.
Listen, you know why we're here.
Yeah.
You know why we're here. It started May the 13th. Drake dropped a leak called 1 a.m. in Albany. And things got interesting. We know that this was a lead up to the Iceman release, which then had all the, spiel and all the rollout with the ice boxes and stuff. I weren't too fond of that, but I guess when you're in this position, when you're in a position like Drake is right now, a rollout is needed.
Go on, sorry.
No, I was to say the Drake 4 or 5 years ago just dropped, but who am I to, you know what I mean?
Disagree. quick question though, like if it was a Karma Sutra, yeah, what kind of position do you think man was in post battle leading up to Iceman?
I would say fetal.
Damn. I don't like the way that just rolled off your tongue, like you was prepared for that question. That's crazy. I was just like,
I'm listening,
Wowzer.
bro.
Wowzer.
Fetal, man. And we're gonna get into it. Like, there's some conversations to be had about the stages, but I want to get into first and foremost, Dre dropping this album on the 15th of May. We knew what was leading up to it. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, I woke up. I think it was Friday, which was the date, and saw 3 albums. So I was like, okay, cool. Say no more. 43 tracks in total. Iceman, Maid of Honor, and Habibti. Now that Drake's released 3 albums, the question I want to raise is, do you think this was him fulfilling contract agreements, or is this 43 shots at getting a number 1 to exceed Michael Jackson?
Yeah, but I mean, okay, that's a very loaded question. Okay, I believe the safe bet is to say, oh, this was me getting myself out of the deal sooner rather than later, because obviously I'm in a lawsuit against the man. But then I don't know if like contractually there's a thing where it's like, yeah, you can drop so many albums, but they have to be spaced out over a I don't know. But because Drake is the don that Drake is, I guess those little things, they don't really apply to him. So fair enough. So he can get away with it. So I think that would be the safe bet, and that's a good narrative to run with. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a good narrative to run with.
It's a good narrative to run with, because when I that was the rumblings, because obviously I can't say this is a factual thing. I don't know contracts. I don't know what goes on in the labels, but the rhetoric before that was he was renegotiating in 2025 to get 500 million. And if that's the case, then you owed 3 albums. If that's the case, how do you still owe 3 albums then? And then don't forget, you put 60 songs for you out. For you. So that's 4 albums.
And then, I don't know. Maybe it feels like the negotiations probably took place before 2025, because that's last year, right? Yeah. He was in a position of power pre 2024, which is when the the Royal Rumble happened. So it was probably like 2023, maybe. So he gave us Honestly Never Mind. I want to say that there was that. There was Her Loss. Then, like you said, there was what's the dog one? What's the doggy bag one called again? For all the dogs. The Chihuahuas and them. There's that one. And then you got these 3. So essentially in the space of like, let's say 5 years, Drake's given us like 6 albums, essentially, give or take. So I feel like he was in a position of power in 2023 to be like, yo, if I'm gonna re-up, I want this amount of money. And the label are like, well, this is easily one of the biggest hit makers out there. We kind of want to agree to his terms because we don't want to let that hit making machine leave, right? So I think that's a good narrative. If it's true, then kudos to him. That's a slick, smart, 2 middle fingers up move to the label. Like, so we're in loggerheads over this lawsuit, and you think that's still gonna come to? I was just saying in the previous episodes, you're suing these guys, but you still got to come to work, bro. You still got to come to work.
Of course.
So with this now, I'm hoping this is going to lead to him potentially putting out an album that's going to make quite a few people go, okay. So he does have the force, but we'll see.
Yeah, because you know what it is. It's the fan base, or I should say the stan base. They move the narratives all the time.
Of course,
1 minute it's renegotiating, then it's this, then it's that. But then you've dropped 3 albums at once. So what does that mean? Like, there's so many conflicting things that when I'm researching for the show today, I'm like, okay, but if that doesn't add up, if that's the case, so that
It's the Drizzy Morgan Show.
Iceman dropped with 2 other albums. Let's talk about the shots that was taken first and foremost.
All right,
because I was like, okay, before the album dropped, I was wondering what he was gonna do in terms of, is he just gonna move on, or is he gonna go, okay, cool, I've just got some unfinished business. But in my head, unfinished business means rehashing this thing. And then I thought that the Drake fans were saying, why did the Kendrick lot keep talking about this battle? But I'm like, all right, but your man's just rehashing things again.
Okay, I'm a shoot.
It's like, what is it?
I'm gonna shoot Aubrey Graham some bill. Yeah.
Go for it.
I think he's entitled to get some ish off his chest,
right?
Especially towards Kendrick, right? It doesn't have to be straight, like, but it could be like a little water balloon. I'm gonna throw it your way just to let you know, hi, man's here, innit? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, and to be fair, like, if you really peep it, the big 3, as we so-called know it, the other 2 have released albums post the battle, right? Yeah,
facts.
So they've been able to get their little, like, retrospective thoughts off in regards to post the battle. So obviously Kendrick's one is, I was feet to the fire, I was in it, whereas J. Cole's like from the sidelines looking in. But then the other side of Kendrick is this Drake guy who, again, feet to the fire, he was in it.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at him getting some retrospective, because he hasn't, I say this loosely, hasn't said much post the battle in regards to the battle. So I'm not mad at him on record.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at him doing that.
Yeah.
But all I want to say is, you are safe from not being dissed by Drake if your name doesn't fall under the following. So if your name isn't Kendrick Lamar, ASAP Rocky, DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, J. Cole, Playboy Carti, Lucian Grange, UMG, LeBron James, Joe Budden, Dr. Dre, Jay-Z, Mustard, DeMar DeRozan, Pusha T, and Pharrell, you're safe.
Okay.
You're safe.
In about maybe 5 to 10 minutes, I will put a metaphorical and cape on for my rapper. But I want to start with a couple of the disses that Drake had for Kendrick in Dust. And the track Dust.
Yeah.
The line is, what was the year that they said you had slaps? Because I don't remember it going like that. And that's referring to Kendrick saying, or Not Like Us, that since 2009, I've had this shit popping.
Okay, to be fair to Kendrick, man, I'm really going to play both sides like they ain't Africa here. Okay, let's start with Aubrey, because this is all, I need you to
play both. Yeah.
Okay. Aubrey, to be fair to Aubrey, Kendrick has had the slaps that a Drake was giving us when Drake was at his peak of his power, right? When he was at his Luke Skywalker powers.
What year?
I'm talking like the year from, like, okay, so we got Thank Me Later. Then what was that? Comeback Season. What was his debut album called again, man? With It's Over Now and Fireworks and You Fancy and all that. Oh, come on, Dre, man. Why is it really? Thank Me Later. Right, okay, cool. So I just feel like, in fairness to Drake, Kendrick hasn't had those super pop smashes. The God's Plan, the Started From the Bottom, those type, right? Fair play. Right. But Kendrick has had hit records. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he has had hit records. So while in Drake's eyes, right?
Yeah.
So while in Drake's eyes, he's like, you haven't had the Hulk smashes that I've had. Kendrick still has had smashes. And on the flip side, from Kendrick's point of view, Kendrick has had hit records, because how else are you gonna headline Glastonbury?
How else are you gonna get so many Grammys?
How are you gonna win that Palooza award if now the Palooza award doesn't necessarily mean you got hits? It's more a retrospective, like your writing and your craftsmanship and all that. But you've got to be putting out hits in order to catch people's attention. In order for people to go, oh, let me go listen. You know, Hov said it best. Like, I dumbed it down to keep the cash registers ringing in, right? So he knows I've got to give you like 1-2 little breadcrumbs of AKA hit records for the radio to draw you into the rest of the album for you to go, oh wow, so this blueprint isn't all just H to the Izzos and okay, cool. Oh wow, do you know what I'm saying? So I see both points, but Damn especially was easily Kendrick's most, I don't want to say commercial, but it was his most universally accepted album. Because it had slaps on there. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Rihanna, the Rihanna record.
Right. Obviously, Damn, Be Humble, Sit Down. Like that's something you could say for the rest of your life. Yo, be humble, sit down. Yeah. Be humble, eh? So yeah. But
I get the line. I just think it's mad petty because.
Well, yeah, but Drake's always been petty. It's not new. Yeah, it's not new.
He's been really petty. Like. In this album rollout, by the way, I have listened to all of the records. I've listened to all 3 albums.
Same.
I have. So I'm not sitting here saying what I'm saying without at least giving it a listen. Because I'm not. Again, I'm not going to lie to you. Post Drake and Kendrick Lamar battle, I've looked at Drake differently. Yeah. And so it's like subconsciously in my brain, of course, I'm a content creator. I'm a hip hop purist as far as I'm concerned. I love the music. I've got to check in, right? Mm-hmm. So I just want to let the people that's watching and viewing and listening know that's where my analysis is coming from, a place where I have listened to the music.
Likewise, all 43 songs, bro.
Yeah. So you got on Dust. I remember when I don't remember one word in your raps. I don't remember nothing about you on them tracks. Okay, I don't know what you mean by that, but
I think he's referring to your say the bar again.
He says, I don't remember one word in your raps. I don't remember nothing about you on them tracks.
Okay, so he's basically saying, from my perspective, what I'm taking from that is he's basically saying your songs ain't recitable. Like people ain't here reciting your song. You know the whole, and these are bottom of the barrel music connoisseurs, by the way, where there'll be a poster like Jay-Z, and they'll be like, oh yeah, it's an anniversary post of like the Black Album sign, and someone in the comments go, I ain't never heard anyone say, throw in that Jay-Z. And it's like, what? Like, if you're not from an era, that's cool. But you can't speak on an era if you're not from it, because in your current era, that particular person or persons isn't at the forefront like they used to be. Like, I think it's easy. It's very easy. Maybe I'm jumping the gun in because I know you're gonna get to this later. So let me reel it back in. I just think he's saying your raps aren't recitable, because Drake does have recitable bars, songs. You know, for those that
he's more melodical. He's more of a melodical based.
Yeah, and he has some quirky little bars like, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym, and let's be honest, and you know, like he's got things. So, but again, that's from your perspective. Like from another person's perspective, they could probably rap you 3 or 4. That's crazy.
What you been doing lately? You've been telling gal that you're rapping. Is that what you've been telling gal? You're rapping them out of their phones.
Brother, I've been rapping, bro. I've been rapping, bro. I'm always Black Santa to someone. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Not just Christmas, yeah.
Bro,
but yeah,
that still works in 2026. I rap.
Come on, bro. What? Some gal don't listen to them album got Jay-Z songs, you know. I can spit a whole verse and they be like, wow, that's really damn, you wrote that. I'll be like, shit, I mean, you know,
I don't want to give away my song.
I don't want to claim an X-Man song, but like, yeah, I'll be thinking like that. So that's what I think. That's what I think the point of he's coming from. But again, things are always from your perspective. Your point, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he was to go Compton and stay there for like a month or so, he'll probably hear like Kendrick. Do you know what I'm saying? So so I think that's what he was saying. I think that's what he means.
He had more short lines. Call him and Muggsy bogus.
Yeah.
Dunked for once. That's okay.
Yeah.
And he said someone give the kid a raise.
Yeah, but you know, when I was hearing those, right, you're like, okay, cool. That's you're in my. At one point, I was gonna do a counter, like how many times has he said something that I believe refers to Kendrick? But like the height jokes, it's like that's just like he can't. Kendrick can't. Well, actually, he could, because I heard in Turkey they do the knee thing now. Have you seen that? There was one Donny that went and got his knees sorted out. To get taller. I don't know if his things grew, but his knee got extended. It's like, bro, if I'm doing the knees, I gotta do everything, bro. I gotta do everything. I'm saying I can't be 6'5", but my thing's coming up at like a 1.5. That makes no sense, brother. Yeah, that's false advert, ladies. I know summer's coming up. Be careful. But like that's low hanging fruit. Do you know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar's height is low hanging fruit, and it's like Kendrick Lamar moves around like and telling people, "Yeah, I'm 6'2". Like, it is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Little Wayne.
It's one of them. It's one of them jokes that you tell, but you only tell a few times, and then you go, all right.
Afterwards, it's like, is that all you got?
Yeah. Okay, you know all right. We get it. It's short. All right.
Yeah. All right. Cool. What else you got?
The Dr. Dre line.
Hey, listen.
If Drake took out the AK, maybe he'd be in jail.
Bro, all right. So he's clearly talking about Dre and his domestic violence history, which is one of my big issues with Straight Outta Compton, because they made him like a superhero. But like, no, Dre, we know about you. You used to introduce yourself a lot with the back of your hand. I'm just like, yo, Drake. With all due respect, Aubrey, there's been more skillful, more aggressive rappers who have dissed Dr. Dre, and he just goes, sorry, Morgs, 1 second, bro. Marshall. Marshall. What you doing? The kid's good? All right, cool. Listen, I'm gonna send you the coordinates for this new target. All right, cool.
You know the ones there,
brother. God forbid, brother. I don't want to be on God's green earth to witness Eminem popping out and going, all right, Drake. You know what? Yeah, okay, it's your time. Yeah,
I got you, and it's not good if he does that. It isn't good at all. It's a problem
because he could refry some of Kendrick stuff, but there's a way Eminem says certain things that's so heinous and aggressive, man. You know what I'm saying? And we like the new M, the drug-free M, clear mind. God, man, if M pops a pill or something, bro, oh my god, yeah. Drake, leave that boy alone, please.
Yeah, leave him alone. So what we saying? LeBron James.
I mean, whatever, man. I like. You're dissing someone who can't rap. God, hey, and LeBron, don't take this as an excuse to try to rap either. We don't want to hear that. But like, it's bullying. That's bullying. You're bullying someone who you know can't respond to you in your domain, which is rapping. LeBron might try something else, like, I don't know, but you know what I mean? Like, I need you to diss rappers who can respond with raps. You know what I'm saying? But I understand why he's upset, because that was your boy. You blinked your eyes. He's at the neighbor's house having a good time, and you're like, "Yo, but brethren, hey, huh? Is that what you did?" So, but I understand. Yeah, I get it.
You always made your career of switching teams up.
Well, that could apply to him. That could apply to Kevin Durant. Like, you know what I mean? But he says 23, so yeah, like he's talking about LeBron, but that can apply to KD as well. But you know what I mean?
J. Cole is never gonna live what he did down, is he?
No, bless him.
The poor thing, man.
The middle child.
Like it's just one of them things, isn't it? Like it's always gonna be brought up. It's always gonna be discussed because
it is what it is, bro. Again, silence is golden. My grandmother, God bless her soul, always to say silence is golden. If you don't speak, no one can say, oh, well, he said, or he meant, or I think he was thinking. Bro, you should just say silent.
Yeah. 100%.
You got Kendrick's number. You could have just called him and say, yo, fam, is this thing on and popping? Like, you tell me no before I jump out. You could have saved yourself all this. Well, like, and now I'm the greatest again because if I really got involved, if I really took the gloves off.
Oh my God.
I mean, chill out, Jermaine. Jermaine, you're a great artist, man. You're one of the best. You didn't need to. That's a blemish on your report card. But
another low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Another low hanging fruit. Okay, so we're gonna put the cape on. Here we go. That's it. There we go. That's it. There we go. There's the cape. I got the cape on.
All right. While you're getting the cape on, I'm just gonna quickly gonna read a book. Let me know when you finish. Yeah. Let me know. Don't mind me, man. I don't need to think I'm being rude in it. That's what I'm telling you. I'm gonna read this book while you know what I'm saying?
You know what you're saying. Drake's got a tune called Make 'Em Pay on the album.
Great song.
My niggas run on phones soon as you check into prison. Your niggas run and talk to Hove for a second opinion. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I don't see what's wrong with a second opinion from Hove.
From an OG, from someone who's been there, done that 20 times over and still doing it. What's the problem? Like, that's not the diss that you think it is. But please, I'm in the library. Don't want to read it.
Whisper my name. I take 500K down to dinner. I could never learn shit from none of y'all.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay. Wait. Let me put this somewhere secure, man, because I don't want. All right, hold up. Wait a minute, because you know what? Yeah, it's one thing trying to diss someone, but you really make yourself look stupid when you diss someone who has already like said themselves, "Oh yeah, well, you know, in the grand scheme of things, this, and this." Hove has said himself, "Yo, hold up. Let me. All right, here we go. All right, let me just get your attention for 2 minutes, my good brother, because I knew as soon as I heard that song and that bar, I was like, well, I know Morg's got something to say. Let me line this up for you. Let me line this up for you real quick, because just to let you know how that is not even low hanging fruit. That's lower than a pregnant ant's stomach, and it falls flat. Yeah, it falls flat like a Sharon with the water booty. All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
There's something interesting online, Jay. I'd love to hear what you think about this. If you had a choice between getting paid $500,000 in cash or lunch with Jay-Z, which would you choose?
You gotta take the money. What I'm gonna say? Yeah, I mean, everything that I'm gonna say.
No, only because people say, of course you take lunch with Jay-Z, because the wisdom that you would get from him would be so beneficial to you. There would only be a matter. You would take the money.
Yeah, because you got all that in the music for $10.99. That's a bad deal. I wouldn't tell you to cut a bad deal. Like, I don't take the $500,000. Go buy some albums and listen to the albums. It's all there. If you piece it together and really listen to the music for the words, for what it is, it's all there. Everything that I said was gonna happen. Everything that I said I wanted to do, I've done. And there's the blueprint. The blueprint, literally, to me and my life and my journey is there already.
Bro, so that's not a diss. That's like, if you thought that was gonna, penetrate the culture, like, oh my gosh, bro, he said it himself. They posed a question, and that interview's like, I want to say it's like 2023 or something. It's like, bro, like he's done said, take the money. Ho's a hustler. Take the 500K. Who's not taking $500,000 over sitting down? Like, so that doesn't land. That doesn't land.
Yeah.
I think he thought he was doing something real, like, wait to hear this one.
But he's been consistently doing that in his album, where he's overreaching for certain things just to get the line off. And I get it, right? We've established that you're angry with people. We've established that you've fallen out with people, and people who you thought you trusted or could be trusted ain't. But you're overreaching for too many lines just to get a diss off, bro. Come on, man. And at the Hove, at the guy himself. Even when you get to the too hard for the radio, that tune, bro. Damn, y'all was really island hopping back then, huh? Now your name's got redacted. So now what you're trying to say is you're a legend, some Epstein stuff, some redacted files, government files that allegedly Hove and clips.
All woulda, coulda, woulda, shouldas. Like, bro, like anyway, we've already addressed this in a previous episode, how the timeline just doesn't align up. Right. And you know what I'm saying? It was, and it's so random. If you'd said Hove and Puff or Hove and Dame or I don't know, Hove and Biggie or Hove and Nas, something. It was Hove and Pusha T. When I saw Pusha T's name, I was like, huh?
What? Yeah. What's going on?
What? And this is no disrespect to Pusha T. I'm just saying, based on Pusha T's persona, being in the streets, pushing that Snow White, how does that appeal to Epstein, who is looking for these quote unquote, as we've been made to believe, these higher ups who are like actually do make decisions in political offices and all that? What's these two bum rappers got?
Distractions.
Exactly.
It's
right.
Distractions is a lot of distractions.
A lot.
And for a black man that's really doing what we all would love to do with our careers, you're trying to bring him down to this. Come on, let's not.
The irony. That's the that's the Sandra side of him coming out there. Do you know what I mean?
It's crazy.
It's the Drizzy Morgan Show.
You know
I like to play this. Tell me what you think.
Drake became the most streamed artist of 2026 in a single day. Iceman became the most streamed album of 2026 in a single day, and Make Them Cry became the most streamed song of 2026 also in a single day. Except BTS fans immediately pushed back, saying BTS already held that record with Swim, which reportedly pulled in more streams in a single day than Drake's Make Them Cry. For those unfamiliar, BTS is a globally recognized South Korean music group and one of the most commercially successful acts of the modern streaming era. Now, this group has broken multiple international sales, touring, and streaming records over the years, and they maintain a highly active worldwide fan base known as ARMY. BTS fans are also known for closely monitoring chart data, streaming statistics, and industry reporting across major platforms.
They're on job.
And once BTS fans started applying pressure, Spotify had no choice but to correct itself. This was their official statement on Twitter. The initial streams review process was completed manually, resulting in streams from two different album tracks.
Someone's getting fired.
Drake continues to hold the record for most streamed artist and album in a single day in 2026. We apologize for the error and have implemented updated review procedures to prevent similar issues in the future. Are we?
Okay. So the question is, if the biggest streaming platform in the world can misreport and record this significant mistake, how much confidence should fans have in streaming milestones at all? How much confidence do we have in these numbers? How much confidence do we have in now these platforms showing us what's really going on, or all this thing fudged? Because the irony is Drake has been accused of this of benefiting from the numbers, but it's been pushing that on Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, let me check Spotify real quick, man, because I remember, was it Scorpion? Where it was just it was just like Drake's face was just everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't seem to. Okay. Yeah. I mean, bro. At the end of the day, yeah, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, the father to all these kids running around. Man, like Michael Jackson was selling. At one point, he was selling like 1 million records a week or something like that.
Physical.
Like he's
physical.
His accomplishments were done in the day where you had to go, I want to spend my hard-earned money on this compact disc, this CD. Cool. And 1 million people all agreed in unison, we're going to go buy the same album. It sold 100 million albums, and it's the highest selling album of all time. And guess what? That record is never being broken. And people go, oh yeah, but the streams, cool, bro. But the streams is digital stuff. And as this is shown, you can fudge that in a way to benefit the look and narrative you want to paint. I know 100 million people went and bought one particular album.
Hard
copy that just had slaps upon slaps upon slaps upon slaps upon slaps. And it's still getting played to this day.
Exactly.
So, you know, BTS, they did something on Netflix, which there was on Netflix like a couple of weeks ago, like their comeback something. Like BTS, they're like Godzilla, bro. They're a problem. They're a problem.
They are. They're a problem.
Naturally, with a fan base like that, they want their artists to always be shown in the right, correct, factual light. So little things like that will never slide with fans who are obsessed with their artists, their band, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. And the thing now is a lot of people do research. A lot of people don't, but a lot of people do. A lot of people, because now there's so much access to information, and if you're a public figure, a lot of stuff's out there anyway, and companies they thrive on transparency. But the thing is now, since that's happened, it's just contradicted a lot of things that's been said around Drake's whole career. And this is the thing, bro. Like again, I will never judge Drake musically. I will never ever judge Drake musically. He's put out some incredible bodies of work.
Absolutely.
Some bodies of work that I have really felt and enjoyed, party to, chill to, whatever. But what happens is when you cast a stone and then hide your hands, that's the problem I have, because now you're putting that information out like you don't do it, or you're suing UMG saying that for defamation because they allegedly inflated Not Like Us streams. But if that is true, they've been doing that for you your whole career since you've been there. So is it goose? What's good for the goose isn't good for the gander? Is that's what you're doing now? Yeah, because there's rumblings of conversations, how Drake has stopped music from coming out from other artists, how Drake has infiltrated certain records, how Drake has gone behind the scenes, spoken to executives, things of that nature, allegedly to slow people's movements down to benefit himself. So I'm not surprised if it does come out later on that even he was being, his streams were being inflated. Now he can turn around and say, I don't know, it's the label. It's what they do. That's their job. My job is to make the music and do whatnot and whatnot. But I don't think Drake is that silly to not know
he seems pretty business savvy. He'd like to know, right? I want to know what the projecting is for this album. I want to know what the numbers are. We've seen it all the time. We always see where rappers are in meetings and they're like, oh, well, this is what we predict your first week sales are going to be based on what you did last time and the anticipation for this follow-up album and the way the singles moving. Because when we were growing up, a lot of albums, an album wouldn't drop without at least 2 or 3 lead singles. It just wouldn't happen. So they strategically make sure we pick the best 2 or 3 songs that we know could give this album legs, but we'll drop the first one now to garner interest, and that will make its own sales. but that leads into the main thing. This is an album, and then we've got these 2 other singles lined up with a video ready to just push the button on. I don't think Drake said just like, well, here's a product. I trust you guys to make it happen. Do you know what I mean?
Drake is a numbers man. He's
smart.
Yeah, he wants to know what's going on. He wants to know what he's doing. He wants to know where his music's been distributed to,
for sure.
How many people are locked in. I get that.
It's the Drizzy Morgan Show.
Now, you actually did a sick alley-oop, which was great, because I was moving on to that topic anyway, the topic of the MJ comparison. And listening to Iceman in particular, the Habibti and the Maid of Honor, quite alternative, different, not as hip hoppy. He had the R&B thing on one, and then you had obviously
like the playlist on the other.
That's the Caribbean vibe. You know what Drake does? He does all of that, the IB for thing and whatnot, right? But with Iceman, because obviously that was what the rollout was. I heard the intro and thought, this is what I want to hear from you, Drake. I want to hear accountability, introspectiveness. Is that how you say that? Is that introspectiveness? It being introspective. And actually taking accountability for what happened on your side. And then I would have rated it. And I thought that from there he was going to go on to that. He didn't. What I felt with this album was it just felt soulless. It felt like he had moved away from the Drake that we knew, in terms of, the music's always going to bang sonically. Let's not get it twisted. The music's always going to bang but the substance, the subject matter of the records. I was driving in my car, going to my mum's on Saturday, on Friday night, and I was like, where Drake? What? Like I'm just waiting for something to happen constantly. And then I'm going, okay, cool. The future record's coming up. This has got to be something. And then I was like, and then over the weekend, I didn't want to give too much of an opinion, and I was happy that we were coming together, today to talk about it, because then it gives us more time to react or listen to the music, and not just jump out of the gate and say it's this or it's that, when clearly it just came out 5 minutes ago, right?
Yeah.
With the MJ comparison, Michael Jackson on various occasions spoke about things of substance, where he spoke about the man in the mirror, or they don't really care about us, or records that really dealt with selflessness. And do you know what? Yeah, I'm not perfect either, and we should look at the world differently. And if we're going to make it a better place, these are the things we need to put into place. Love, things of that nature. And so where that comparison lies with Drake, again, I just didn't hear anything from the album that I got that I was like, you know what, bro, respect to you, because you did go into that battle. You did take on the Grim Reaper, which he called on the album. He called him the Grim Reaper. You did take on the Grim Reaper, but you just didn't do enough for me to say, you know what, I got to look at myself in the mirror and go, look, this is what I've learned from the situation. It was just shots.
Like we're in Iron Apple. Yeah.
You know, there was there, and then a little bit of rapping and a little bit, and I was just like, all right, cool. Where's the give me, like, I just want to hear slaps, bro. Like, I want to hear the slaps. I like the Popcorn record on that. I like that
Maid of Honor, yeah.
I like that. I like the vibe of that. There was a few joints that was cool. Like, it's all, again, sonically, you're not gonna.
But the important, the key word there is cool. The key word is cool. I think. Actually, carry on with your thought, and then I'll. I don't.
That's where I was at. I was just like it's bro. It's very, very clear. It's very, very clear that what Kendrick did has had adverse effects on Drake, because even it's like he still seems distracted to me. He still sounds like he's living in 2024. I'm not sure I don't know because I can't tell the future. But I'm not sure if Kendrick is even going to talk about this situation again when he comes out with a new album. I don't think he will. Not because he can't, but because I feel like you did what you did. You had your rollout. You put the GNX out. You went on tour, and now we're doing what we're doing now. If Drake had gone, all right, in 1 a.m. in Albany, this is how I felt, and then just went on and did some artistic, valuable, substance-based music, I would have been like, go on, Drake. You know what? You've grown. I'm hearing growth. This is another reason why Drizzy, he took a shot at Hove, because Hove, not too long ago, weeks ago, said, I kind of, like, man, I got to grow up. You know, no one's there. But man took that like, man, he's telling me I'm a this and that. But you called yourself the boy. So, like, what are we doing? Like,
So two things. He mentions on the album a few times that he's coming up to his 40th birthday.
Yep.
Would you go to Drake's 40th party? Would you go? If you sent you the invite, would you roll?
That's a good question. If you were going, I'll roll with you.
This guy.
I'll go as your +1.
Okay, cool. All right.
So
secondly, there's a bar in there where it goes, soon the boy's got to change the name to the man, or they don't want me to change the name to the man or something like that. It's like I think I think Drake misunderstands. Like, I don't know. I feel like he either underestimates how people think of him in regards to like his skill set, like as an artist, and we feel like maybe he thinks, they just think I'm just a hit maker. But like Michael Jackson was a hit maker, but then Michael Jackson always gave you, like, Michael Jackson Off the Wall was not the same as Dangerous, which was not the same as Thriller, which was not the same as Bad, which was not the same as Invincible. I was listening to Invincible the other day and I was like, yo, man, I think I slept on Invincible as an album.
Yes.
Like, it's got Butterflies on there, Rock My World, and Break of Dawn, or whatever. But collectively as an album, I think I slept on Invincible. But Michael, all the great artists speak on something. It might not be something that you care about, but they speak on something. And I think Drake taking it the wrong way in regards to, like, people. When people say, why doesn't Drake grow up? Right? We're not saying you have to start rapping on jazz beats. We're not saying that. What we're saying is that, you know, we just want more. Like, I need to know 1 a.m. in Albany should have been you giving a retrospective take on the year that was 2024.
Yes.
And I need you to, I would have loved it if you said, here's where I feel like I went right, but here's where I feel like I went wrong. And here's what I've noticed pre and post that. And here's where I'm going to moving forward. Like, for me, if you just dropped that, my brother, because I can't speak for both of us, but I've said on this pod many a times, all I need Drake to do when he drops post his battle is go back to just making hits, bro. Winning cures everything. You see, bro, simple. We support football teams. If our team was playing trash the week before, we're like, man. But if they step it up the following weekend and they win, because
forgotten about it,
winning cures everything. And I just feel like Drake is just taking the wrong
approach.
He's taking the wrong bits out of the messages that are there. Hov wasn't talking directly to you. However, Hov's message and his statement applies to you.
Yeah.
Jay-Z made F with me, you know I got it in the latter part of his career.
Yeah.
But he still was dropping stuff like, oh my gosh, the song where he was talking about the only Christopher we acknowledge is Wallace as opposed to Columbus and all them things there. Like, you could do both, Drake. Like, you don't have to. You giving us some retrospective, thoughtful stuff is not at the detriment of you making the hits. You can do both, bro. It's possible. And you give us breadcrumbs of it as well. That's the annoying thing with him. Like you said, the intro to his albums is normally the most introspective he gets, and you're like, all right, cool, all right, I think we're here.
That's what we're here, because even there's a line, I can't remember the line verbatim, but he was saying he kind of doesn't really want to dig too deep, because if he does, he knows he's gonna have to answer questions that he really doesn't want to answer. So I'm saying to myself, yes, Drake, that's what I'm saying. Like, you are a fucking human being, bro. You do go through certain things, but all you're doing is spiraling, and you will tell it. All you're doing is giving credence to what Kendrick's been saying all along, bro.
Bro, all you're telling me is how bad the Nani is out there. I get it. I know you get the baddest Nani. Hey, Drake, I've been knowing that since way back when. We know this.
We know you got bread. We know you're one of the highest selling streaming artists. We know you've got hits. We know them. We know all of the things, but we want to know about you. And this is the thing. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm just gonna be transparent right now. The Iceman rollout, I knew weren't going to be good from day one. I was like, when I saw the rollout, I felt like it was just corny. I was like, okay, what is this? I'm Iceman now. Like, oh, I'm like, my heart is cold.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, bro. It gives a false narrative. When you say to me, you're Iceman, that means you're like some close security sniper who's got ice in his veins. He doesn't fold regardless of what's going on around him. He's cold, calm, cool, collective. I didn't feel that on this album. No. Like, you felt rattled on certain songs because you was bringing up certain things. And don't get me wrong, I'll give you a blind, because the other two on their albums have given some perspective. The difference with you is you've got 3 albums compared to their 2. So if you put it together, combined, they've got 2 albums. You by yourself have dropped 3 albums. So you've got 1 more than the 2 of them combined. And you've just been using that to take shots. It's like, bruv, no one likes reheated pasta if it's been there for days, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, but as I said at the top of the show, maybe now that I think he's out of his deal because he's hit those 3 albums all in one go. Maybe we might get the album we've been asking for from Drake. Now that the restraints and the shackles and that are off of him, who knows? We might get that album. But like, where's your Lost One? Like, Jay-Z gave us Lost One, where he's talking about, the passing of his nephew. Like, man went on record and opened up and said, I'm gonna give you guys my
substance.
Where is that, Drake? And I know you've got it.
Substance.
I believe you have it, but where is it? We're at that point now.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, bro, you've done everything you need to do as an artist. You're right. To be fair, you are, in my opinion, at the latter stage of your career now. You've had an incredible run. No one can ever disrespect your run. You've had the longest out of anybody I've known, right, in terms of musically. But so now you're at a place where everything has really got on top in the last couple of years, where everybody's questioning you. Now, should you worry about Kendrick Lamar fans questioning you? No. They're Kendrick Lamar fans. But should you pay attention to your fan base that is also growing with you? Because when we grew with Hove got to a point where, listen, this is where I'm at now. I'm married. I'm settled. I got B. I'm doing this now. I'm on the business thing. I put out 444. I'm not really worried about going for a hit record and that. I'm telling you where I am today. This is where I am today. Go make your bread. Invest in yourself. Put the most into your family. All these kind of things that tell us that these celebrities, these rappers, these public figures are still human beings. Drake is still waffling on records. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was vexed because I went to check in, and the first record put me in a space where it's like, all right, cool. I've almost started to dispel what I was expecting, and then I got what I expected after. I got what I expected.
I'm gonna just run through some real interesting things I've picked up from this album, yeah?
Yeah.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna melt pardon the pun. I think I'm gonna melt this album down to like 11 songs. I'm not rocking with 43 songs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not rocking with 43 songs. I'm gonna make a strong 11 and call it Iceman. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also noticed Sexy Red is on 2 of the 3 albums he dropped. And that made me go, he's done a lot of songs with Sexy Red over the past couple of years. And Nicki Minaj is nowhere, Nicki Minaj is nowhere to be seen on these albums. No Lil Wayne, even though his name got mentioned, Dwayne Carter, but no Lil Wayne. So I'm like, oh yeah, Young Money, it's a wrap. We're done. Young Money is done.
It's the Drizzy Morgan Show.
You know what's interesting as well? It's like, I feel like Drake is anti-quality over quantity.
Yes.
Like, you promised us Iceman. Yeah? You had these other 2 albums in the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
You could have let Iceman do what he needs to do and then drop the other 2. So essentially, you could have dropped Habibti in June, and then you could have dropped Maid of Honor, which is like to be fair, I think Maid of Honor is probably my favorite one out of the 3.
Okay, Okay.
You could have dropped that right in time for summer. Like in time for summer, and then maybe left Habibti actually like for like the winter period, right?
Right.
Because it's all confusing. It's like, you know, I feel like this drop kind of, it almost feels like it kind of represents his train of thought.
Yeah, it does.
Like, bro, let's just focus on one thing. Let's just focus. Iceman. You've always promised us Iceman. Let's just focus on that one body of work.
Yep.
And then keep it moving. And also, I feel like a lot of the time Drake's beats let him down.
Okay.
Like, I feel like he needs to go in the studio and lock in with like a Just Blaze.
Right.
Or a Bink. Like these high quality, because when we hear Drake on a Just Blaze beat, he raps different. It's almost like it forces him to come with that fire, like that ish where you're like, oh, okay, homeboy's cooking. And like, you know, I feel like a lot of these beats are just low end, like, oh, I've got a 8-piece of beats over here. Yo, hold that. And I'll give you all 8 of these beats for like 50K. It's like, all right, cool, run it, bet. That's a good deal. 8 beats for 50K. And then how are you letting your neighbor open his doors to your op, come sit in his house, eat the food, and then get the energy up to then fire shots at your house and then cause the avalanche that was 2024, and then 2 years later, he's on your album. Hey, and don't get me wrong, I live on the I take a couple trips to the planet of Pluto every so often. I'm a Future fan, but when I saw his name on the album, I was like, ain't no way.
But this goes to the reasoning that Drake hasn't grown up, because a lot of people offended you. A lot of people, you saw their true colors, but you've been long in the game. You're not a newcomer. You're not a rookie. You've been in the game long enough to know these people ain't really your friends. They either want something from you, they're either hangers on. They know they know that if we put Drake on a feature, my record's gone.
Yeah.
They all know that. Yeah. So it's like, you saying, oh, this person did me this person did me that. Like, what made you like are you Drake? You can't be that gullible, my G. You can't.
Yeah, we know. We need to stop rapping from a victim's point of view as well. We have to stop that. Like you rap with bass in your voice, but it's from a victim's point. You have to stop Drake. Drake, spoiler alert, all the hottest rappers that had a hot run, everyone was reaching out to them to get them on their single to help it reach a different demographic and obviously make it a hit. All artists from Nas to Busta. Busta Rhymes is probably the biggest culprit. Where Busta Rhymes, when he was super hot, Busta Rhymes was just, especially in them remixes, Busta Rhymes was turning stuff into hits. The Jay-Z's, the Kanye West's, the Rick Ross's, the 50 Cent. There's a whole. You're not special in that aspect. You know, you're not special, bro. All hot rappers are just jump on everything. Your boss, Lil Wayne. Yeah, he jumped, like, it's just how it goes, bro. That doesn't necessarily mean people are your brethren. They just this is business savvy. You're super hot. This is our artist. We need you on his song to bust, brother. Who's this stunner? Who's this this what's her name? Stunner Sandy, bro, on the album.
Man. I don't know.
Bro, if you can't get Ice Spice, don't get no one, bro. Bro, if you can't get Ice Spice. And I know you was trying to get them draws. We understand.
I unfollowed her because you couldn't get none. That's what I'm trying to say. Like Drake, Drake, it's like he himself, as a person, as a character, has got the wrong perspective and outlook on life.
Yeah.
He's successful. No one can take that away from him. But his perspective on life is very, very skewed, and it's coming out in a way that it's like, you know, like when a baby throws their toy out the pram. It's like, brother, like, get yourself together, my G. Like this, you look mad vulnerable, and then, as you said, in one aspect, you're this manly figure, and you talk this way, and you say things and rare. But what you really display is incel. That's what bro. He displays incel, bruv. Bro, hot take. I don't think Drake can get a real gal. Don't think he can. I don't think he can handle anybody real. Like any gal that would be able to put Drake in his place, he wouldn't want to be with, bro. And that's the difference between the rappers that we revere, like the Hoves and the Kendricks, who have girlfriends, have wives, have significant others that hold them down, and I'm sure behind the scenes fix them up into cases. Drake is still floating around looking for what, bro? There's a million bums everywhere. There's a million legs and breasts.
Female ones. Let's throw that in there. Female ones. Yeah. Let's not put out his name.
But it's like
the boy likes the boys.
Drake? Where is your foundation? And I don't think we're gonna get anything different from him until he gets that foundation and he goes away. We told him go away. And on the record, even on the album, he said, "Oh man, were telling me to go away." We were telling you to go away for a reason, bro. It weren't to say don't come back. It was like, bro, you need to go sit down over there and really look at yourself and understand what you're doing out here, because you're looking crazy, bro. I don't know what you see, but I look at you and I think, right, brother, what are you doing, bruv? 1 minute you're hanging around with Yachty painting your nails. Next minute you're at NFL, you're on an NBA game, mean mugging DeRozan. Then you're over. Bro, what are you doing, bro?
All right, you know what's funny? Yeah, you just gave me a sick segue, right? You see what you just said there? Yeah, I'm gonna mention some names that were on the record getting dissed, and I want you to listen to the names. And I want you to tell me what the common denominator is with these names, right? They've all got something in common with each other outside of getting dissed by Drake, all right?
Say nothing.
So Pharrell, Pusha T, Kendrick, A$AP Rocky, DJ Khaled, J. Cole, LeBron James, Jay-Z, Mustard. Do I throw Joe in there?
Joe?
Do I throw Joe Budden in there?
Yeah,
all right, let's
throw
Joe Budden's name in there, but he's a tier lower in regards to the common denominator with those rappers that I mentioned.
Yeah.
What is the common denominator with those rappers that I mentioned?
They all have significant others. All of them.
All of them, bar Joe Budden, are married men, bro.
Yeah.
All of them are married men.
And Joe's regularly talking about marrying his missus.
These are all married men, and for the most part, all these guys are successful and they're married. And I felt like the Khaled line, I felt like right message, wrong messenger, because I've seen Khaled. I don't know what Khaled.
He doesn't read the room, Drizzy.
Right, but I don't know what Khaled must have a reason why, but we don't know behind the scenes what goes on with Khaled and that side of things, right? And I'm gonna shoot Khaled some bail because I've seen Khaled when what happened in Jamaica happened, a year ago or so, something like that.
Yeah.
Khaled was on the front line. Yo, use my plane. Let's get all this stuff over to Jamaica and help the people there. So I've seen Khaled step up, right? With the Palestine thing, I can't speak for him. And I don't know what's going on behind the scenes because we never know. He might be doing so much stuff behind the scenes that it's like, yo, just keep that on a hush. I don't know why, but whatever. But I'm just like, but what do you in particular, Mr. I'm pointing the gun at you and shooting with that line? You're saying what a lot of people say in the comment section, but it's like, but what do you stand for? Like, what do you, for all Kanye's current affairs, pre this Kanye stood up in front of the camera and went, George Bush doesn't like black people. Or he doesn't care for black people. Like, a lot of these guys have stepped up to the plate on certain things. But
a lot of these guys stand for something.
So it's like, I get what you're saying, but you're just repeating, you're just regurgitating what's said in the comment section. But if you look in the mirror, what do you represent that people go, oh yeah, you see that, that cause there? Drake has been pushing that cause for forever. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what you stand for, bro. I'm not saying you don't stand for something, but we don't hear it for your raps.
And I don't trust anybody that don't stand on something. I don't trust no one that don't stand on something, wrong or right. If a person goes, listen, this is how I feel and I'm not budging from it, I respect those people that are always, everything is wishy-washy, fence hitters. I get it. Sometimes there's certain things where you might be in between two friends in an argument and you might have to take both sides. Those are situations that deem those kind of actions. But when it comes to real things, real life things, I want to see you stand on something. And that goes back to the conversation about substance. There wasn't enough of that on the team. It was just you throwing your toys out the pram, cussing out people, blah, 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 this and that.
It's the Drizzy Morgan Show.
We're going to wrap up, but I want to show you something really funny before we do. Shout out to Long Beach Grifty. He always does some sick memes, does sick videos. Every time there's a rollout of some sort, but I've been following from time.
Man, shut your ass. And he called himself a Drake. Drake never die. Drake 211.
Yes.
Pick up his slack. Write my album that he was writing and my album that you writing at the same time, simultaneously.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I know what you niggas. Drake, sir, do you mind if I maybe go see my family this weekend? I just found out that my wife's pregnant, and so.
Oh, is she really?
Yes, sir.
Call her real quick. Let me say congratulations.
Yeah. Hey, babe. Hey.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for you to come home.
Oh, me too, babe. Drake's here. He
Oh my God,
wanted
someone's in the house.
What?
Oh, babe, someone's in the house and they have guns. Mommy, I'm scared. Mom, where's Dad?
Dust.
Babe. Babe. Oh no. Sounds like someone's entire family tragically died in a horrible shooting after someone asked Drake, the greatest rapper of all time, to go see their family this weekend. Get your bitch ass back to work, dead family. Okay.
Bro, I had to laugh, man. I had to laugh. There's the reactions, the online reactions have been crazy. Yeah, bro, the balance in reactions is interesting. There's a lot of Drake fans that have actually gone, we're not feeling this thing. There's a lot of overreactions, but there is a lot of balance in fans that, like Platboy Max was advocate. Drake advocate was like, bro, I don't know what this is, bro. Like,
it's not a landslide like it usually is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that corner of the market Drake owns, there's inside there's some infighting going on. We're like, whoa, mate, what is this? And why is this so? You know, their favorite word is mid. It's interesting to see, and I think the telling sign of this is going to be like, how long is it going to last in regards to like what's its replay value? Like 6 months from now, are we gonna be going back to say like, yo, I'm still bumping this? Like the Clips album is still getting played, and when the Clips album dropped, its replay value took it all up into like towards the end of 2025 into like the new year. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that all plays out, but it's I don't know, man. I just feel like I was thinking about this the other day. It's just like, I remember there's a time when we used to listen to music and it was like we was listening to the same album for so long that we could like recite the lyrics.
Yes.
From the outro to the intro, and the intro to the outro.
We had the music for the year. We had the music for a year.
So it lived with us, and you'd make your own hits. You'd pick out like, I know these are the commercial songs playing on the radio, but these album cuts, that's where the whole album cut side of things came from. It's like, yo, this album cut might actually be better than the singles that they put out, and I just think that it'll be interesting to see. I have a theory Drake might drop another album this year.
Okay.
I think he's gonna drop another album, and it's gonna be the album that makes us go, okay. So you have got that substance material.
Okay.
You was just like, you know what I mean? But yeah, overall, the free album rollout, kudos to him, being the first rapper to do that. I'm sure Soulja Boy disagrees, but you know, and kudos to you. And yeah, I mean, the whole Michael Jackson thing, I don't think anyone's paying any mind to that, because people are just like, especially the movie Out, I think that even puts more of a spotlight on Michael Jackson's genius and like how he was him, to the point where it's like, well, all right, cool, you might have more number ones than him, but his number ones have stood the test of time, and he's now back at the top of the charts. And you know, like, yeah, so that whole is good, like, cool. It reads, you've got more number ones than Michael Jackson, but it's gonna have an asterisk next to it because of everything that was in your corner to get there. Bro, imagine Thriller coming out and it was Social Media and Thriller's Day. That might have sold 250 million.
It would have gone mental. But don't forget, since the biopic came out, all his Michael Jackson's music's gone back in the charts again. It's gone, bruv. Like, so, that's the testament of time, like, bro.
Yeah,
stands alone.
And I think artists need to be putting out stuff that stands the test of time. Do you know what I'm saying? That's where you create a legacy, because that's what you want, a legacy. When you stop making albums, you know you've got a wide enough catalog that you can tour every so often and do an anniversary tour for a particular album. That you could do. The legacy is important. That's why a certain someone in like 2 months' time is doing 3 shows to commiserate the Blueprint and Reasonable Doubt. Legacy. And that's, people say, who cares about Jay-Z? Looking at you, Damon Dash. No one cares about Reasonable Doubt. Whoa, that album came out in 1996, and he's did a whole night at the Yankee Stadium. Legacy. It's all about legacy, man. So man.
You think Jay's gonna have any subs for Drake after this?
I don't even think he's gonna care, because he said what he said. It's like, well, you're just highlighting the fact that people come check me to get my opinion on certain moves and that. So that means that my opinion holds weight. That's not a diss. That's acknowledgement that I'm him. Cool. And the whole dinner and 500K. Well, I already answered that question by saying I would take the 500K. I would not tell you not to take the money. He's just whatever, man.
But you and I know Hove in terms of musically, and when he goes on that stage for those nights, he might have a freestyle with a couple of lines in it, rude boy.
Yeah, but he's addressed Drake directly on that. We Made It freestyle. He said Mrs. Drizzy, and he spoke to him directly.
I don't know. I thought he spoke to him directly on the record he featured with him on. What did he say? What did he say? What's the tune?
What Pound Cake or
no,
like the one on Scorpion?
Light Up.
Yeah.
Light Up.
Okay.
I thought he was talking.
He told him way back then what would happen, and he's experiencing it right now. So the same guy you've just said in your bar, people call you up for a second opinion and run into you. He gave you game based on his experience and said to you way back those years ago, Drizzy, this is how they're going to come at you. And he broke it down for you. You just didn't pay attention.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Go ahead, bro.
No, go for it. Go for it.
Final thoughts. 43 songs. Like I said, I'm going to melt it down to like 11 because there is stuff in there. I like Make Them Cry Like Dust. I like Shebang. Make Them Pay. Too Hard for Radio. I do like that. If I was him, I'd make a video and put that out ASAP for summer. Make Them Remember. Or Maid of Honor, I like or Maid of Honor, I like Shane, what's things I like on there, man? There's a couple songs in there. Habibti, I like a WNBA classic. So overall, I think it's too much music to consume. And not all of it is, a lot of it, the beats just for me they just lackluster, man. A lot of the beats is lackluster, and I feel if you're on a lackluster beat, your rapping ain't gonna be the most. You're not gonna put a lot of effort into your rapping or your singing or whatever. Yeah. So overall, the Drake fans are eating good. They're eating good. Your guys turned out and giving you 43 songs. Yep. I just find it a little bit that your mother's on an album cover and the first song on the album is called The Whole Phase. Yeah, it's crazy. But that's my little 2 cents. But yeah, I'm a definitely rock to 11 songs in there, man. But over to you, my guy. What are you saying?
This album felt far removed from the Drake I'm used to. I understand that after incredible run he's had, maintaining that level of extreme high potent musical nous is difficult. But overall, the music didn't hit me how I expected it to. Right. Sonically, Iceman had a few moments, but the project was so highly anticipated. I was genuinely surprised by how underwhelming it felt. Right. As I listened, I kept waiting for a standout moment from the album, and it didn't really come alive like I thought it would do. Again, the Kendrick Lamar battle seemed like it just took a lasting impact on Drake. Drake sounds unfocused, emotionally rattled, and at times he just felt like he was stuck in 2024. And as we sit here today, the album's only been out for 5 or 6 days now. Yeah. So there's still time for it to grow. I just not rushing to listen to it all the time because I've just got a different outlook on who Drake is. And the lawsuit is just hovering over me like you're still dissing and you've got a lawsuit about dissing. And it's like what I don't get it, bro. Yeah, so
it's contradictory.
Yeah. So, but we'll see. I'm sure that there's going to be more things to talk about in the next weeks and months coming around this album about what people are saying, the reactions to it. And I usually do some reactions online as well on the YouTube channel once I hear something that I want to speak on. And he goes by the name of Drizzy Sackafet Freckles, people.
And he goes by the name Morgan Cornelius Heights.
And this has been the Drizzy and Morgan Show. We'll buck you in a little while. We'll see you in a piece. Love, honor, and respect from our day ones. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. And we're also on DSPs. Check us out there. Peace.